Davis Monthan at the center of controversy tonight. The Air Force kicked out Lieutenant Colonel James Wilkerson, seen here after his sexual assault conviction. Well, now that conviction is out the window, and Wilkerson is now stationed at DM. The problem? The victim's family lives in Tucson, and as Not on Your Side's Craig Smith reports, they are outraged.
Guilty of sexual assault, sentenced to a year in military prison. That was the verdict and the punishment fellow officers imposed on Lieutenant Colonel James Wilkerson in a court-martial. Kim Hanks accused him of assaulting her in his house as he was serving at Aviano Air Base in Italy. But Lieutenant General Craig Franklin said he reviewed trial transcripts and evidence and decided to overturn Wilkerson's conviction. Now that Lieutenant Colonel Wilkerson is reinstated, the Air Force has transferred him to Davis Monthan. That was a real shock to Dr. Stephen Hanks. He's Kim Hanks' brother.
The fact that Lieutenant Colonel Wilkerson's being stationed here, where half of Kim's family lives, where Kim comes to visit, and that it was done without any regard for our family or even contacting Kim.
Dr. Hanks says Tucson is such a small town, there's a real chance he or someone else in the family could run into the man who was convicted of sexual assault on his sister, Kim Hanks. That is, until the general intervened.
What does that look like to you?
It looks like cronyism. It looks like old boy network. It looks like fighter pilots sticking together. It doesn't look like justice. It doesn't look like justice that you and I are used to seeing.
Now Kim Hanks' family and activists against sexual assault in the military are pushing Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel to take Lieutenant Colonel Wilkerson and the general who reversed his conviction and kick them both out of the Air Force. Now, there will be a demonstration outside DM at 4:30 tomorrow. The Hanks family hopes calling attention will make the Air Force reconsider. Now, the Air Force tells us Lieutenant Colonel Wilkerson's record now allows him to serve wherever the Air Force feels he can be useful, and the Air Force does not consider where someone's extended family lives in a case like this.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. Craig, thank you.